Swami had this knack of recognizing which boy spoke which language. Now I knew that those who were very dark were South Indians. So I said, okay, now Swami is going to come. I was sitting behind, so I saw Swami coming. I said, now this boy, Swami is going to talk. Swami is going to talk in some South Indian language. Because we were coming from North, and we never knew a differentiation between a Malayali, a Kannadiga, or a Telugu guy, or a Tamil guy. We thought everybody was Madrasi. That was what we used to think, you know. So we thought Swami is going to talk to him in South Indian language. So promptly enough, Swami came and spoke to that boy, something in Telugu probably, and he replied back to Swami in Telugu. Then there was this guy who looked like a typical North Indian from Delhi. So I said, Swami is going to come and speak to him in Hindi. So Swami came and rightly enough spoke to him in Hindi. Then there was one more guy who was very dark complexioned. I said, Swami is again going to talk to him in Telugu or some South Indian language. And then to my surprise, Swami went to this boy and spoke to him in English. And he said, Sir, where did you come from? What a beautiful question. Swami said, Sir, where did you come from? And that boy got up on his knees and he said in that typical American accent, Swami, I've come from the United States of America. And my God, I said, Swami knows, this guy knows only English. I would have spoken to him in South Indian language had I been Bhagwan. But then I said, Swami, how are you going to talk to me? Because I look like a South Indian, but I don't understand any South Indian language. So how are you going to talk to me? So I just looked at Bhagwan and smiled at him. And Swami came straight to me and he looked at me and smiled. And he asked me in Hindi, Tum kahan se aaya? So my God, I said, wow, he understands that I know only Hindi. I got up on my knees and I quickly said, Swami, main Indore se aaya. And then Swami immediately responded, yes, yes, you are from indoor, not from outdoor. What a beautiful way of punning. What a rich message Bhagwan gave me. The first word he spoke to me, he accepted me lock, stock and barrel with all my avgunas, with all my negative traits, with all my shortcomings. He told me, you are from indoor. He pointed, you are from indoor, not from outdoor. And I was bowled over. And I fell down at Swami's feet and he patted me and he moved ahead. But this thing of language, iska jo language ka keeda tha, that was in my brain always. How does Swami know how to talk to which person and in which language? I mean, I'm sure Swami is God, but it doesn't reflect on my forehead. English, so Swami will immediately switch over and talk to him in English. How does Swami know that? So that was my first year, and I saw there was a Khalda stores, a general stores there those days in Puttaparthi, and we used to take turns to go and give duty there sometimes in the stores after bhajans. So it was our duty and it was December, and those of you in 79, if you've ever been to Puttaparthi, trust me, it used to become a Bethlehem. It was not Puttaparthi. In December, come Christmas, it used to be so many foreigners that you had to look for Indians. There used to be chartered flights which used to be pouring in. Taxis used to be coming like, worms into Puttaparthi, and you would find foreigners getting out in all different dresses, hues, colors. Somebody would be having a red scarf, somebody's having an orange scarf, somebody's having a blue scarf to set themselves to differentiate which group they belong to. And behind the scarf would be the name of the country. So we were serving in the Khalda stores the other day, and that day we saw a huge group from Italy had come. And how did we know? They had a blue scarf, and on the blue scarf in red words was written Italia. This is how it was written. So we understood that this group has come from Italy. Now there were about 35, 40 of them who had come. And that evening, all of them came to the stores. Somebody wanted a shaving cream, somebody wanted toothbrush, somebody wanted whatever they needed. But then they did not know a single word of English. Somebody said toothbrush, so we gave them toothpaste. So they said, no. And they would say something, so we would say, okay, they mean brush, so we would give them brush. Somebody would ask for napkin, so we would give them something else. Then we asked them for 10 rupee, they would give us 100 rupee and start walking. And we would have to go call them and then give them the balance. So we realized that these people cannot speak a word in English. So as we closed the stores down and we were walking down for our dinner, I put up a question to one of my friends who was a senior friend from Vrindavan, who had already stayed for 2 years in Vrindavan. I said, if Swami is going to grant an interview to this Italian group, in which language is Swami going to speak? Because normally I know Swami can speak in Hindi, Swami can speak in English, Swami can speak in Telugu, in Kannada. But how is Swami going to speak to these people? They don't understand a word in English. So this boy said, He was also fairly intelligent. And what did he say? He said, one of the persons in the group would definitely know English. And then Swami would give in English his discourse, and this person would translate it into Italian, and so everybody would understand. I said, that's how it must be. Otherwise, so difficult for Swami to communicate with these Italians. And next day, in the afternoon, as we sat for bhajans, I was sitting right in the front. Other group was sitting, boys were sitting, and Swami went to the ladies' side. And all these Italian ladies in their blue scarves and white dresses, you could make them out from miles away. Swami just blessed them all, but did not speak to any one of them. And as Swami crossed the ladies' side, he came to the gents' side. And the leader of the Italian group was also in whites with a blue scarf. And he looked at Swami, and Swami asked him a question, Italy? And he understood, and he shook his head. Swami said, go inside. Now he did not understand go inside, because he did not know a word in English. Swami again paused and said, go inside. And he looked at Swami and kept on shaking his head. And Swami walked away, because Swami said, Papam, I'm asking him to go for an interview, and this guy doesn't understand my signal. Then from nowhere, Mr. Craxi, who was an Italian and staying there, the Italian Prime Minister's brother, he was a resident there. He came running and spoke to him something in Italian, which gave him a jolt, which meant that please go inside with your group. Bhagwan wants to give you an audience. And suddenly he got up and he waved frantically to the ladies' side. All the ladies also got up, and with tears of happiness in their eyes that they had just landed up a day before, Swami has called them for an interview. They all sat down. We boys were sitting like this. The ladies were sitting in front of us, and the gents were sitting on the upper veranda. So ladies and between us, there was just a gap of about 7 or 8 feet, and I was sitting right in the front. Then Swami came, and he gave me a very naughty, mischievous smile, that all-knowing smile which Swami gives, which means that he is up to something. And I couldn't understand, and I just smiled back that, wow, Swami smiled, he acknowledged, and I was happy. Then Swami went to the Italian lady who had a letter in her hand, and I heard with my own ears, Swami spoke something to that lady, which was not English, which was not Hindi, which was not Telugu, which was not Kannada, it was not any Indian language. It sounded something like Trantatro or something like that, which was something closer to Italian, I understand. And that lady started weeping and fell down at Swami's feet. That means the communication was there. And then Swami turned back and folded his hands behind and came looking at me, and it did like this. And my God, I did not know how to react, because with my own ears I heard Swami speak in Italian. And then Swami told me, looking at me straight, outside, he spoke in English, outside I show I don't know anything, but inside I know everything. No? He did. And I all did, I shook my head. I said, yes, Swami, you are speaking in Italian in front of me. What more can I say? That you are really Sarvagyata. You are the greatest of Gyanis. I mean, language can be no barrier. When Swami says there is only one language, and the language of the heart, that was exemplary shown by Bhagwan, that yes, there is only one language of the heart. And then Swami took them for an interview. In half an hour, all of them came out. Their faces were full of vibhuti. Their eyes had tears pouring out. Everyone had that blissful look on their faces, as if you have touched me and I have grown. That was that feeling I could experience. And they were so blissful. I still close my eyes. It doesn't look like it was 40 years back, 38 years back. It seems like it was yesterday. And Swami standing and looking at me and smilingly looking at those people who are going away, to show that he has taught a lesson to one of his children there, which was for life.